Welcome back to Rare CoinX PRO, where we uncover the stories, history, and hidden collecting potential behind American coins. Every coin has a journey, and even a piece that once passed through everyday transactions can become a fascinating part of numismatic history. On this channel, we explore important details that collectors look for, including a coin's background, design, condition, production quality, market interest, and the best ways to preserve collectible pieces. Today, we are traveling back to the early 1990s to examine a classic Washington quarter that continues to attract attention from collectors. So, let's begin our first coin. Today's featured coin is the 1990 Washington quarter dollar, produced at the Philadelphia Mint and recognized by the absence of a mint mark. This quarter belongs to the long-running Washington Quarter series, one of the most familiar and widely collected coin series in United States history. Released during a period when traditional circulating coin designs were still dominant, the 1990 Philadelphia quarter represents an important example of late 20th century American coin production. The Washington quarter design has a remarkable history that stretches back to 1932. It was originally introduced to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth and later became a permanent part of America's circulating coinage. By 1990, this design had already spent nearly 6 decades in production, creating a strong connection between everyday currency and the nation's first president. The obverse of the 1990 Washington quarter dollar, P, features the well-known portrait of George Washington facing left. Around the portrait are the inscriptions Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date 1990. The detailed engraving captures Washington's recognizable appearance and continues the traditional style that collectors have admired for generations. The reverse displays the classic heraldic eagle design. The eagle stands with its wings spread wide, holding a bundle of arrows while olive branches appear below. This powerful imagery represents the balance between national defense and the pursuit of peace. The surrounding inscriptions include United States of America, E pluribus unum, and quarter dollar, completing a design that remained a symbol of American coinage for many decades. The Philadelphia Mint played a central role in producing circulating coins during this period. Unlike branch mints such as Denver or San Francisco, Philadelphia traditionally used no mint mark on regular circulation issues. This small detail makes the 1990 Philadelphia quarter easy to identify and an important piece for collectors building complete Washington quarter collections by date and mint. When examining a 1990 Washington quarter dollar, P, the condition of the coin is the first major factor collectors consider. Because these quarters were heavily used in everyday commerce, many surviving examples show the effects of circulation. Common signs include surface marks, scratches from contact with other coins, reduced shine, and wear on the highest areas of the design. Coins that escaped heavy circulation are much more attractive to collectors. A high-quality example may display original mint luster, clear details in Washington's portrait, sharp lettering, and strong definition throughout the eagle design. Collectors often prefer coins with natural surfaces because they show the original craftsmanship of the United States Mint. The technical specifications of the 1990 Washington quarter dollar, P, follow the standard requirements used for modern United States quarters. The coin weighs 5.67 grams, measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter, and features a copper-nickel-clad outer layer over a pure copper core. This durable construction allowed the quarter to survive years of circulation while maintaining its familiar appearance. Production quality is another area collectors study carefully. Some examples from 1990 display stronger strikes with clearer design details, while others may show slightly softer features due to normal differences during the minting process. Coins with excellent strike quality often receive more attention because the details appear sharper and more impressive. Collector demand for the 1990 Washington quarter dollar, P, comes mainly from enthusiasts who enjoy completing full Washington quarter date collections. While this coin was produced in large quantities and is not considered rare in normal circulated condition, finding premium quality examples can be more challenging because many coins have experienced decades of handling. Another reason this issue remains interesting is its connection to a changing era in American coin collecting. The 1990s represented the final years before modern quarter programs introduced new designs celebrating states, national parks, and historical locations. The classic Washington and Eagle combination represents the traditional style that defined American circulation coinage for much of the 20th century. When discussing market value, condition and quality are the most important factors. A circulated 1990 Washington quarter dollar, P, generally has a value of around $18,000 to $39,000. Attractive uncirculated examples may trade between $50,000 and $90,000, while professionally graded high-quality coins with exceptional preservation, strong luster, and excellent eye appeal can reach $175,000, $250,000, $300,000 or higher depending on grade and collector interest. Coins with verified mint errors or unusual varieties may carry additional premiums because of their scarcity. For collectors, proper preservation is essential. A coin should always be handled carefully by its edges and stored in a protective holder that prevents scratches and environmental damage. Avoid cleaning or polishing the surface because original mint characteristics are often one of the most valuable features a collectible coin can have. A useful strategy for collectors is to examine multiple examples before choosing one for a collection. Differences in surface quality, strike strength, and overall appearance can be significant. Learning how to recognize these small details helps collectors build stronger collections filled with higher quality coins. The 1990 Washington quarter dollar, P, represents a classic period of American coinage and continues the legacy of one of the nation's most recognizable designs. Although millions were produced for everyday use, well-preserved examples remain appealing to collectors who appreciate history, craftsmanship, and the challenge of finding exceptional coins from the modern era. Now, let's continue with our second coin. Today's featured coin is the 1994 Washington quarter dollar, struck at the Philadelphia Mint and identified by the absence of a mint mark. This coin comes from a significant period in modern American coinage when the classic Washington quarter design continued to dominate everyday circulation across the United States. While it was produced as a regular business strike coin, collectors today appreciate examples that display exceptional preservation, strong details, and the original appearance of a freshly minted quarter. The Washington quarter has remained one of America's most recognizable coins since its introduction in 1932. Created to honor George Washington, the nation's first president, the design became a permanent symbol of American currency. By 1994, millions of Americans had handled Washington quarters in daily transactions, making this series one of the most familiar parts of the nation's monetary history. The front side of the 1994 Washington quarter dollar, P, showcases the classic portrait of George Washington. The engraving captures his distinctive profile while surrounding inscriptions display Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the year 1994. This familiar arrangement represents decades of continuity in United States coin design and remains highly recognizable among both collectors and the general public. The reverse side features the traditional American eagle with its wings extended in a powerful display. The eagle holds arrows in its talons, while olive branches appear beneath the design, creating a symbolic balance between strength and peace. The words United States of America, E pluribus unum, and quarter dollar complete the reverse, preserving the classic appearance that defined Washington quarters throughout the 20th century. The Philadelphia Mint produced this issue for circulation, and like many Philadelphia coins of the era, it carries no visible mint mark. This detail makes it especially interesting for collectors who organize their collections by production facility. A complete Washington quarter collection requires careful attention to these small differences because each date and mint combination represents a specific chapter in the series. The condition of a 1994 Washington quarter dollar, P, is extremely important when determining its collectible appeal. Many examples spent years moving through circulation, resulting in common signs of use such as scratches, contact marks, worn design details, and reduced surface brightness. These circulated coins remain popular among beginners because they are affordable and easy to find. Higher-grade examples tell a different story. Collectors look for coins with clean surfaces, strong original luster, sharp details in Washington's portrait, and clearly defined eagle feathers. A coin that maintains its original mint appearance can be much more attractive than a typical circulated example, especially when preserved with professional grading. The 1994 Washington quarter dollar P was produced using the standard specifications for modern clad quarters. It has a weight of 5.67 grams, a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and a composition consisting of a copper-nickel clad outer layer surrounding a pure copper core. This durable structure was designed to handle the demands of everyday circulation while maintaining the traditional look of American quarter dollars. Collectors also examine the quality of the strike when evaluating this coin. A stronger strike can produce clearer details throughout the portrait and reverse design, while weaker examples may show less definition. Sharp lettering, smooth surfaces, and attractive luster are all characteristics that can increase a coin's desirability. Interest in the 1994 Washington quarter dollar P remains steady because of its role in complete Washington quarter collections. Many collectors enjoy searching for examples from each year of production, and coins from the 1990s are an important part of completing a modern-era set. Although common in average condition, superior examples are more difficult to locate. This quarter also represents the final years of the traditional Washington design before major changes transformed the appearance of American quarters. The later introduction of special quarter programs brought new themes and artwork, making earlier issues like the 1994 Philadelphia quarter an interesting reminder of the classic era of United States circulating coins. When it comes to market value, condition determines the greatest difference in price. A circulated 1994 Washington quarter dollar P generally sells for around $70,000 to $110,000. Better preserved uncirculated examples may bring $120,000 to $160,000, while professionally graded coins with outstanding surfaces, strong strikes, and high mint state grades can reach $210,000, $280,000, $400,000 or more depending on certification and collector demand. Genuine mint errors or rare varieties can create additional value because of their limited availability. Collectors who own this coin should focus on protecting its original condition. Keeping the quarter inside a proper holder, avoiding direct contact with the surfaces, and storing it away from moisture are simple steps that help preserve its appearance. Cleaning the coin should always be avoided because natural mint surfaces are highly valued among serious collectors. Another helpful method is to study the coin carefully before placing it in a collection. Looking at different examples under good lighting allows collectors to compare luster, strike quality, and surface preservation. Over time, this experience helps develop the ability to recognize coins that stand apart from ordinary examples. The 1994 Washington quarter dollar P may have been created as a common circulation coin, but it still represents an important piece of American numismatic history. Its connection to the long-running Washington quarter tradition, classic eagle design, and appeal among collectors searching for high-quality examples make it a fascinating addition to any modern United States coin collection. Now, let's continue with our third coin. Today's featured coin is the 1995 Washington quarter dollar, struck at the Denver Mint and identified by the D Mint mark. This quarter represents another important issue from the final decade of the classic Washington quarter era. During the 1990s, these coins were still a major part of everyday American commerce, passing through millions of transactions each year. Although the coin was produced in large numbers, collectors continue to appreciate examples that show exceptional quality, strong details, and outstanding preservation. The Washington quarter carries one of the longest-running designs in United States coin history. First introduced in 1932, the coin was created as a tribute to George Washington, honoring his leadership and contribution to the founding of the nation. Over the decades, the design became deeply connected with American daily life, making each date and mint mark an interesting piece of the broader story of United States coinage. The obverse of the 1995 Washington quarter dollar, D, features the familiar portrait of George Washington. The carefully engraved profile is surrounded by the inscriptions Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date 1995. This traditional design remained unchanged for many years, allowing collectors to appreciate the consistency and craftsmanship that define the Washington Quarter series. The reverse presents the classic heraldic eagle with wings extended in a powerful and balanced composition. The eagle holds arrows in its talons, while olive branches appear beneath, representing the ideals of strength and peace. The inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus unum, and quarter dollar complete the reverse design, maintaining the recognizable appearance that collectors have admired for generations. The Denver Mint produced this quarter for circulation, and the small d mint mark identifies where it was created. Denver played an important role in supplying coins throughout the United States, and millions of quarters from this facility entered everyday use. For collectors building Washington quarter sets, the mint mark is a key detail because it separates Denver issues from Philadelphia and other mint productions. When examining a 1995 Washington quarter dollar, D, collectors begin by studying the condition of the coin. Many examples have spent years circulating, resulting in visible signs of wear such as surface scratches, contact marks, flattened details, and reduced shine. These characteristics are normal for a coin designed for daily use, but they also make high-quality examples more desirable. A well-preserved 1995 Denver quarter can display a completely different appearance. Collectors look for bright original luster, clean fields, sharp details in Washington's portrait, and clearly defined feathers on the eagle. Coins with strong visual appeal are often preferred because they demonstrate careful preservation and showcase the original work of the engravers. The official specifications of the 1995 Washington quarter dollar, D, follow the standard format used for modern United States clad quarters. The coin weighs 5.67 grams, measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter, and is made with a copper-nickel clad layer over a pure copper core. This construction gave the coin the strength needed for circulation while maintaining its familiar appearance. Beyond condition, collectors also examine the quality of the strike. Some coins show sharper design elements because of stronger impressions during production, while others may have softer details caused by normal variations at the mint. Strong strikes with attractive surfaces are especially appealing because they allow the design features to stand out clearly. Collector interest in the 1995 Washington quarter dollar, D, is mainly connected to Washington quarter enthusiasts who build complete collections by date and mint mark. Collectors often search through rolls, old collections, and inherited coins looking for examples that have avoided heavy circulation. While common examples are easy to locate, premium quality pieces require more careful searching. The mid-1990s also represent an interesting period because they were among the final years before the United States quarter design entered a new era. The later introduction of special quarter programs changed the way collectors viewed circulating coins, making classic Washington quarter issues from this period increasingly appreciated as examples of traditional American coinage. The current market value of a 1995 Washington quarter dollar, D, depends largely on condition and collector interest. A circulated example generally trades between $100,000 and $130,000. Better uncirculated pieces may sell for $150,000 to $190,000, while professionally graded examples with exceptional preservation, strong luster, and high mint state grades can reach $200,000, $250,000, $500,000 or more depending on certification and market demand. Authenticated mint errors or unusual varieties may bring additional premiums due to their rarity. For anyone collecting this quarter, preservation should always be a priority. Store the coin in a protective holder, avoid touching the surfaces unnecessarily, and keep it away from damaging environments. A natural, original surface is one of the most important qualities that collectors value. A useful technique for collectors is learning to identify small differences between average and premium examples. Examining the coin from different angles can reveal changes in luster, surface quality, and strike strength. This skill becomes extremely valuable when searching through large numbers of coins. The 1995 Washington quarter dollar, D, is a reminder that collectible importance is not always about extreme rarity. Sometimes a coin becomes special because of its history, design, condition, and connection to a larger collecting tradition. As part of the famous Washington Quarter series, this Denver issue continues to hold a respected place among collectors of modern United States coins. Now, let's continue with our fourth and final coin. Today's featured coin is the 1997 Washington Quarter Dollar, struck at the Denver Mint and identified by the D Mint mark. This quarter represents one of the final years of the traditional Washington Quarter design before the introduction of major changes that transformed American circulating coins. Produced during the late 1990s, this issue reflects a period when the classic portrait of George Washington and the historic eagle reverse remained a familiar part of everyday life across the United States. The Washington Quarter has a special place in American numismatic history. Since its introduction in 1932, the design has connected millions of Americans with the legacy of the nation's first president. By 1997, the series had already been produced for more than 6 decades, creating a remarkable tradition that collectors continue to study and preserve today. The obverse of the 1997 Washington Quarter Dollar, D, features the detailed portrait of George Washington, surrounded by the inscriptions Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date 1997. The design reflects the classic style that collectors had become familiar with over many generations. Washington's profile remains one of the most recognizable images ever placed on a United States circulation coin. The reverse displays the traditional American eagle design, featuring the eagle with its wings spread wide while holding arrows in its talons. Olive branches beneath the eagle represent peace, while the arrows symbolize strength and protection. The surrounding words United States of America, E pluribus unum, and quarter dollar complete the reverse and preserve the timeless appearance of the classic Washington Quarter. The Denver Mint was responsible for producing this issue, and the small D Mint mark identifies its origin. During the late 1990s, Denver continued to play an important role in supplying circulating coins throughout the country. Although large quantities of 1997 Denver quarters were released, many examples experienced years of circulation, making higher quality specimens more attractive to collectors. When evaluating a 1997 Washington Quarter Dollar, D, condition is one of the most important factors to consider. Coins that spent years in circulation may show contact marks, scratches, worn design elements, and reduced surface brightness. These signs of use are expected because the quarter was created primarily for commerce rather than immediate collecting. Examples with original mint characteristics are much more appealing. Collectors often search for coins with strong luster, clean surfaces, sharp lettering, and clear details in both Washington's portrait and the eagle design. A well-preserved quarter can look dramatically different from an average circulated piece, making condition a major part of collector interest. The 1997 Washington Quarter Dollar, D, follows the standard specifications used for modern United States clad quarters. The coin weighs 5.67 grams, measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter, and contains a copper-nickel clad outer layer over a pure copper core. This composition provided the durability needed for millions of transactions while maintaining the familiar appearance of American quarter dollars. Collectors also pay attention to strike quality when studying this issue. Some examples display stronger details and clearer design elements, while others may show softer features due to normal production differences. Coins with excellent strikes are often preferred because they reveal more of the artistic detail created by the United States Mint. The 1997 Washington Quarter Dollar, D, continues to attract interest from collectors who specialize in complete Washington Quarter collections. Many enthusiasts enjoy assembling every date and mint mark from this historic series, and this coin represents an important late-era addition. While common examples are readily available, finding a premium specimen with outstanding eye appeal can require patience and careful searching. This quarter also carries historical importance because it belongs to the final period of the original Washington Quarter design before the quarter entered a new chapter with special commemorative style programs. For collectors who appreciate traditional American coinage, the 1997 Denver issue represents the end of an era and the continuation of a design that served the nation for generations. When discussing the market value of the 1997 Washington Quarter Dollar, D, condition remains the key factor. A normal circulated example generally has a value of around $22,000 to $30,000. Attractive uncirculated pieces may trade between $50,000 and $90,000, while professionally graded examples with superior surfaces, strong luster, and exceptional mint state quality can reach $100,000, $300,000, $600,000 or higher depending on grade, certification, and collector demand. Rare authenticated mint errors or unusual varieties may bring additional premiums because of their limited availability. For collectors who own this coin, maintaining its condition is extremely important. Keeping the quarter protected in a suitable holder, avoiding fingerprints, and storing it in a stable environment will help preserve its original appearance. A collectible coin should never be cleaned or polished because natural surfaces are highly valued in the collecting community. Another useful collecting habit is developing the ability to recognize quality. Comparing multiple examples allows collectors to notice differences in shine, sharpness, and surface preservation. Over time, this knowledge helps build collections that contain stronger and more desirable coins rather than simply larger numbers of coins. The 1997 Washington quarter dollar, D, represents more than just 25 cents. It carries the history of George Washington, the craftsmanship of the Denver Mint, and the legacy of a design that became one of America's most recognizable coins. Its place at the end of the classic Washington quarter era gives it special meaning for collectors who appreciate the history and evolution of United States coinage. This brings us to the end of today's featured coin and the completion of another exciting episode here on Rare CoinX PRO. We hope you enjoyed discovering the history, condition, collector interest, and value of these Washington quarters. If you found this information useful, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Rare CoinX PRO, and turn on notifications so you never miss our upcoming coin discoveries. Thank you for watching, keep exploring the world of rare and collectible coins, and we will see you in the next episode of Rare CoinX PRO.